Business Mentor Talks is vlogged by no other, Armando Butz Bartolome, in cooperation with the Manila Times. It aims to bring to life and recognize entrepreneurs who constantly strive to create a living for the community as well. Listen to the Business Mentor Talks with Butz Bartolome.
Good morning, good afternoon. Again, it's a Sunday morning. This is your Business Mentor Talk, Butz Bartolome. You know, today we have a very interesting topic, and the topic is no other than branding. What is really branding? And again, I've known this lady for several decades. But again, here is a dynamic lady who can give you tips about branding, how she grew some branding, how she turned around. So again, without further ado, let's hear it and listen to Miss Sherry. Oh, good morning. Good Sunday morning, Sherry.
Good morning, Sir Butts. Thank you for inviting me. I look up to you in so many ways. So your wisdom is like very important into my journey. And
Correct.
yeah, happy to be here to share what I know.
Yeah. Sherry, tell us, how did Sherry Co. begin this passion for branding? What started it all?
Mm. So we started out as a graphic design company, and our role when we started 20 years ago was really to make businesses look world class. Diba? So ganun lang yung thinking namin when it came to branding. And then I realized later on in my journey na kulang sa lalim na ng binibigay minsan ng marketing. Kasi nga, the marketing people are usually the ones dealing with the design agencies. And since they were not there from the very start, or maybe the owners did not communicate with them on their vision, diba, on their dreams, on their values, they're only able to communicate it to us on a very sales, that kind of level na parang connect to the customers, but then they're not naman, yun nga, parang yung kulang nga sa lalim na parang I felt that, it needed to also be connected to the employees of the company, not just marketing, talking to customers, diba? Parang ganun lang yung design principles back then. So, yun, parang branding kasi for me is like the soul of the company, diba? This is what nobody can take away from you. Like people might be able to copy your products, your services, diba? They might even be able to steal your people. Pero kung kilala mo yung brand mo, diba? What you stand for, that can be applied to how you do business, diba? If you value for ease and harmony, diba? That is the way that you can run your business, not the rat race kind of hustle, unless that's something that you're good at, diba? It doesn't stress you out to um, be in that mindset or have your people execute that way.
Correct. Correct. But again, Sherry, di ba yung mga MSMEs, di ba? They always think branding, basta may pangalan ako, tatak, lagay ko ng pentel pen, Coco Cloth pa nung araw, di ba? Before the social media, before all this design. Kung anong gusto ng anak ko, design na lang, basta pangalan, basta may karatula. How far have we evolved from that? From that old mentality, traditional, Kasi nung araw, di ba, tatanda mo yung mga branding, meron pang soft drink brand, di ba? Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Cherry Sari Store, Ganun na lang, Uh,
Ng owner.
how has it evolved now? What have you seen for these decades that you have been doing a lot of graphics, a lot of again your business?
Well, I still see a lot of that where people are using design or branding for compliance. Like, kailangan natin gumawa ng logo for DTI or so it's really for compliance. And sometimes people think of their names as they're lining up at DTI. Parang hindi pa nga siya well thought out. 'Di ba? Parang just para lang may ma-report or ma-apply na
No.
ano.
Yeah. Pero yung mga iba ngayon kasi nakikita ko nag-evolve, no? Yung bang sinasabi nga nila massaging your brand. Okay? I've seen like for example, alam mo yung mga Petron, Chowking, years ago they were just ganyan. All of a sudden biglang nagbago. What's your take about massaging, ang sinasabi ng mga technical people, massaging your brand? After so many years ba, kailangan bang baguhin, enhance, ganon?
What did you mean by massaging? Sorry, first time
They
ko.
always say, okay, you got every day for next 5 years, for example, dapat magbago yan, dapat gumalaw. Tingnan mo kunyari si Jollibee, si McDonald's, di ba? Nag-iba na yon from that time on, no? Dati si B nakatayo lang. Okay? Si McDonald's dati nakatayo. Ngayon si Ronald McDonald nakaupo na sa bangkito, di ba? Nakaganon siya, di ba? So what's your take on this? How should businesses really evolve their brand?
Yes. I believe that we should evolve to resonate. So,
Okay.
not just evolve to, para may bago or sa mata ng mga tao, but what are we doing with our mascots, diba? The mascot of Jollibee, to make him more relatable and connect
Mm.
our
Mm-mm.
audience. And I attended a Jollibee. Can I just share this? I just attended
Yeah, sure. Oo.
observing the mascot na umikot siya sa room, nag-shake hands siya sa mga elders, like the seniors. And then he did some, selfies with the younger generation. And then for the kids, syempre, like the usual, he would hug them. So parang he was very sociable and he knew, diba, what to do for each type of generation.
And
So
this is part of how branding is evolving, di ba? Ganon yon. So tell us, ano yung Blue Thumb? I mean, people are curious. What is this Blue Thumb business company that you founded?
Well, I founded it again 2 decades ago, and it's like we now evolved into being a brand experience design company. So it's not just about your logo or your web. It's how everything works together. About the uniforms, the name, the taglines, everything must work together in harmony, and your people, your employees, the owners need to also be a part of this. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
In what we're creating, and I call them assets. I
Oh.
call brand design assets because it's something that you'll use for a long time. Like Jollibee's using their B up until now, right? But they're evolving how it looks or what it does. Diba? And
Mm-hmm.
then so like for Fruitas, we designed that 2 decades ago. Diba? Yung the cup, the iconic cup with all fruit. We also helped him think of a good name. In the beginning, he just wanted to call it Fruitas. Pero nung sinabi niya sa akin yung vision niya to be in every SM, I said, you can't call yourself Fruitas because it sounds like you came from the palengke, but you're in SM. Kasi yung goal niya nun was to be makamasa na Fruitas. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Parang that that segment. But I said that, there's nothing wrong with elevating the name a little bit, diba? Because Fruitas is more, it'll resonate with a world-class market. Not that that was his goal back then, but look at him now, or like it could go out of the country if it wanted to. So by
Mhm.
investing in these assets that is like, parang siya yung fundasyon, but you
Yes,
can
foundation, oo.
add. Like the cup is still there. Still using that same cup I designed
Correct,
20
correct.
years ago, but
So
it's
para
the
oo.
other fruit.
So what in other words you're saying is that sustainability, the brand that you design or help design will live through us even through ages. Para bang hindi ba gano'n? Hindi yung ngayon mo dinesign, next year iba na.
Yeah.
Wala nang sustainability, no? Para bang ay nawala. So how do you really convince now an entrepreneur? Okay, you're the expert on this, okay? How would Sherry encourage this entrepreneur to really work out? What is your experience ba? Ano ba yung point of attack mo with the entrepreneur to convince to enhance the brand?
Well, I don't really convince them. It's more of like I just give them results. So like for Tapa King, we rebranded them pre-pandemic, but the pandemic hit. So they were forced to launch in a pandemic, which other people naman were holding back. Diba? Kasi nga they were holding back on their money. But si Tapa King had no choice since alam mo yun, palabas na kami and then, the pandemic hit. So the choice was either to fold back, diba? Stay with the same assets and then launch it after the pandemic. But they decided to launch it in the pandemic, which was good because they were very noticeable. Diba? When everybody was holding back, sila naman, they were shining.
In other words, reverse psychology, hold back yung iba, ikaw naman move, di ba? But again, business is business, but again, the entrepreneur has to decide at the end of the day, di ba? Na gagamitin mo ba ito? Hindi. Sayang naman tong pinaghirapan mo, di ba? Ganon. So, ano ba napapansin mo ngayon sa mga MSMEs in terms of branding? What is the outlook of the MSMEs? Are they really up to upgrading their brand, or they stay as is where is? Ano bang nakikita mo nga sharing yan?
Well, what I see is that definitely design has improved. Like there are a lot of good designs coming out. Like you could see it online, right? And it's affordable for MSMEs to have a logo made, right? In a very quality, like mapulido yung way and, world class looking. Um, and I see naman that MSMEs are taking advantage of the younger generations or the firms that are coming up and are doing these nice designs. Um, but I think if they want to take it to an even a higher, deeper level, like I relate it to building a house, di ba?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
na pinaganda mo lang yung bahay, pero sturdy ba yung pundasyon that it's standing on? So that's how I would relate it to brand, like how people approach branding now. They just use it to make themselves look pretty.
But deep inside, the foundation is weak. Is it?
Like the foundation of the branding, not
Yes.
like their business
Correct.
is business, but what does the branding mean? Does it connect to you? Does it connect to other people? Or is it just a beautiful for compliant
Correct. So
logo?
para bang nakikita ko ngayon, maganda yung bahay mo sa facade, pero yung negosyo mo does not jibe with that name, di ba? Does it really speak your brand? When people see your brand, wow, nice, galing, okay? Pero ano yun?
Yeah.
Yung bang, di ba ganun yan?
Actually, when I was starting out in graphic design, parang yun nga yung napansin ko. People wanted us to design world class, right? Looking, pero they didn't convince us on were they really world class as a business, diba? Or is it just a
Oo.
fun? But some time na yun, I was too young to go, dig deeper. Parang now that
Mhm.
I'm older, Parang I see it as my responsibility to know if the business that I'm designing for is really living up to everything that we're putting out there in a design. Because the design can also be misleading, right? It can draw people in, pero once they're in, ay hindi pala yung pina-promise ng itsura, 'di ba, ng sinasabi.
So talagang ano imagine the brand even outlives the owner, correct? Like for example, si Steve Jobs. Okay, Steve Jobs. But Steve Jobs may not no longer be with us, but his brand lives on, right?
Mm,
Si Ray Kroc ng McDonald's. Okay? It's a far cry do sa dati nilang nung araw, yung McDonald's, di ba? So para bang sinasabi natin na, kung ikaw ay serious entrepreneur, you're creating a legacy, di ba? And that legacy is the brand. Part of it is the branding. Tama ba yan?
yes, and the brand legacy that Steve Jobs and Ray Kroc left behind, if you think about it, diba, it's Steve Jobs is about simplicity, about design, and they continue it until now because the people at the company believe in his vision of simplicity and well-designed computers.
Correct. Simple lang, no? Minimalist ang tawag natin doon, di ba? Minimalist, pero may dating, di ba? Yan ang ano doon. So, where is now, you develop, tell me about this top bananas. I've been seeing this in your social media. What is top bananas, Sherry? When I saw the name, I said, top bananas. Am I eating a hard to bite bananas? And even your packaging. Tell me about the story about this.
So it's definitely not gonna resonate with everyone, di ba? Kasi the word tough, di ba? Parang it sounds, ano ba? Ano ba sa tough Tagalog? Di ba
Matigas, makunat. Di ba? Yeah.
Pero yung intention ko, kasi when I did it was to export.
Yes.
Diba? And so even the way that the product was designed, the product is like healthy, it's organic, there's no sugar, no oil. It aligns with my values as an owner, because I have a young child. Her name is Sage.
Yeah.
She's 6 years old, and I want her to eat healthy food. Diba? I want her to be exposed to something yummy that that is healthy. Diba? Kasi meron naman not naman everything healthy is not tasty, which is what most people think. So my goal with this brand was to change mindsets na you can have something as simple as a banana, kasi that's all it is naman. It's just a dried banana. We added like cinnamon to another flavor, and another flavor is cocoa nectar and sea salt. So all local ingredients except for the cinnamon. Wala pa akong makitang
Yeah.
cinnamon. So it also aligns with my values na gusto ko local sana lahat para we can support the local economy with my business.
Correct. Even the packaging. Believe ako sa packaging. When I saw it, if I see this in Singapore, Hong Kong, or probably US, I'd say, oh, US. But how did you develop that? That's a very good packaging. Ang ganda ng packaging. I must congratulate you, Sherry, for that.
Thank you so much. So I believe in like the Filipino resilience. Like I think that is the brand of the Filipino, that we're able to be positive and find good things even in calamities or challenges. So yung tough banana, parang yan yung gusto kong ipalabas na parang 'di ba naging tough nga siya from something mushy. We dried it to be makunat. Um, Yun, parang not so easily dissolved. Parang yun. So the design of the packaging kind of like a leather jacket, like a black
Mhm.
type in contrast. I also wanted it to stand out kasi in healthy stores where everybody's using green. No, parang, and I didn't naman want to highlight kasi rin the healthy aspect. Parang I wanted to really emphasize the toughness na parang when you're going through challenges, pwede mong kagatin yung tough banana. Kasi di ba you're releasing tension when you're chewing? So it's also
Yeah,
a functional snack.
correct,
So
correct. So maganda, ang ganda ng mga ginagawa mo. So Can you give me at least tatlong bagay na mga MSMEs na nanonood sa atin na ano ba yung dapat nilang gawin? Where do they start? Kumbaga, where will they start from here on after watching us? What should they do? At least three important aspects that you may probably advise.
Mm. Well, I think first, well, can I share about my book? Because it's actually in my book that I wrote.
Yeah. Okay.
I put there like 5 P's of a powerful vision. It starts with your vision. Diba? Nobody naman tell you what to dream eh. Kung pangarap mo talaga is just one store, not 100, that's okay. You can still create a brand for one entity, diba? So the powerful vision that I wanted to share is because I felt that a lot of businesses in the Philippines are kind of copying each other. Do you see that, Sir Boots? Or
Yeah.
they bring brands from abroad, or they would copy brands from abroad, or yun nga, like milk tea, diba? Ang dami ng milk tea. Pero what's good about the milk tea that I'm seeing as an improvement is like there are some brands that are yun nga, making it vegan or making it so parang may ano naman, may improvement. Hindi
Correct.
lang
Correct.
same ingredients and then iba-iba yung mga logos nila. But they're all selling the same thing. Nobody's really creating any value. So
Mhm.
the first one is, what's your purpose? I think pwede natin isama dun sa tatlo na ano yung purpose mo. So for me, a purpose is ano yung gamitan or tama ba, gamitan?
Ah,
Like if I translate it, because some people think that purpose is such a big, highfalutin word. So gusto ko lang sabihin, ano yung use, diba? Like a pen, you could have a pen for signing contracts, or you could have a pen for just taking notes, diba? The one for contracts might look, more beautiful. It might be a special pen that you only bring out for contract signing. So ganito rin sa business nyo or sa brand nyo, diba? What is your use to the community or to the world or to the Philippines? Diba? That is gonna create value for the people. So you
okay.
also ask yourself, ano ba yung gap? Ano yung kulang? Like so for me, diba for tough banana, I see a lot of sugar-laden snacks na from the Philippines. So what if we come up with something healthier, diba? That looks good, tastes good, and is about a movement of Filipino resiliency. So I forgot to add that we also include like workshops for like how they can be more positive and strong during tough situations. That's part
Mhm.
of the delivery of the snack. So it's not just a snack; it's there to remind you to be positive and to enjoy your life and
Totoo yun. So actually, tama yung sinasabi mo. Para sinasabi nga natin, there must always be a brand story behind the brand. Di ba? After all this doing your, pencil pushing, your vision, your purpose, where you want to go, where you want to connect with the community, at the end of the day, you create a brand story for people to link, for people to be sort of like, you win them, right? There's sinasabi natin, brand loyalty, di ba? Yung mahirap mo mahirap mong palipatin ang isang taong bilib na bilib sa brand, correct? 'Di ba? Tama 'yon. Ako ang dami ko nakikita. They pump in a lot of thousand millions of pesos on campaign ads, but at the end of the day, for a customer to switch to another brand, that will take because naka-relate na sila, 'di ba? Gano'n ba 'yon? Nakaka-relate na, 'di ba? Naka-connect, gano'n.
And so I think we can also look at our natural resources in the Philippines. Like, tama na mag-import ng mag-import. I mean, there's so much treasure in the Philippines, diba? Natural resources that we could turn into something. So that's how Tough Banana started. I
Hmm.
mean, I mahilig ako sa saba, and
Oh,
then helper.
Agree ako diyan Saba. Saba is I can't find any Saba in other countries except the Philippines, 'di ba?
Definitely. But everybody's like turning it into banana chips.
Correct. Well, kasi nga yung mentality, no? Mindset ng tao is gaya-gaya, 'di ba? Meron siyang banana chips, ako rin banana chips. Parang yung turmeric, di ba? Yung turmeric. Why can't we be going outside of our comfort zone and come up with very good brand of turmeric? In fact, in the US, I found one in Costco. Ang mahal ng turmeric, pero ang ganda ng branding niya. Sabi ko, turmeric, meron sa Pilipinas nito ah. Marami tayong natural resources. Di ba? Like, soft po, yung ano ba yung potato? Yung uh, sweet potato.
Mm.
Have you noticed that we have so much resources, right?
It's a very resilient crop because even if there's typhoon, hindi siya maano, parang because nga it's in the ground. So it's also typhoon resistant.
Oh, there's one brand that you develop also, Pili, the
Pili, yes,
Pili nut.
yes, yes. So yan, yung vision ng mag-ina, diba?
Oh,
They could have just sold pili as a commodity, which is what most people in the Philippines do, or as an ingredient. Processed ingredient na no label, no brand. But then they had bigger dreams. They wanted to help farmers, so they're bringing it to that level. Now they are bringing it to a global stage. So if you're gonna go to a global stage, so in the beginning, yung packaging that we designed for them, they just gave us some white bottles, and then we came up with labels for it. And I thought it was okay for the Philippine market, but then when she said kailangan gusto na niya mag-global, sabi ko we need to change our bottles. So we looked at we looked for a bottle that would be the best, representation of their brand.
tama, tama. I mean, hindi ba yung wag yung pan-local, pang-global na ang dapat mentality natin kasi the world has no boundaries now, right? Have you noticed now? Ibang-iba na ang boundary natin ngayon, di ba? Ang boundary nung araw natin siguro hanggang Quezon City nung araw. Okay lang yon. Mag-flyer-flyer ka. Di ba nag-evolve, di ba? Oh, okay na yon. Pang Visayas tayo, pang Mindanao. Pero wala na ngayon no? With this social media, ito nga napansin ko rin, Sherry, no? How can a brand be proliferating in the social media? Ano ba mga tips mo dyan na pwedeng maging, mapalawak, mapa-express, sa social media?
Well, it starts with having a good story. Kasi anybody naman can put themselves on social media, but you'll just be one of the, you'll just be among the noise if you don't stand out.
Mm,
How do you stand out, diba? It's not just about looking good, diba? It's also the substance of what you're saying, diba? And
correct.
identifying which social media platform is your, customer at. Or not just customer, I want to call them advocates or loyalists. Parang dapat yun na yung mindset natin eh. We're not just, having a transactional na bibili lang sila once. We want them for life.
Correct, correct. Tama yon. Kasi ngayon, aside from the newsprint, we also have digitalization now. We have social media. And again, tama. I like what you said. Don't add to the noise. You
Yeah,
know?
because kung sarili mo, yung brand mo, then you'll know kung saan ka lulugar. So that's really I wrote that during the pandemic for Boots, yung vision to action. It's really because I thought that, business owners had more time kasi nga tahimik, diba? During the pandemic, nobody had, time to go out. I thought this was a time that they can reflect on who they are and who they want to be and what they stand for. So it's like a
Okay.
Philip book. It's in fully booked na po. So
Right.
that
So,
was
Sherry,
our
how can people
message.
get in touch with you? In what manner or mode that they can get in touch with you? So MSMEs who are looking like, oh, I like to get in touch with Sherry. How can they get in touch with you, Sherry?
Oh, we have a website, so www.bluethumbcreatives.com. We also do talks at the Philippine Franchise Association. That's also a way. You could also reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
Or
Yeah. So Yeah. So again, I'm happy that you're one of the advocates of improving branding and making a statement for the country, di ba? I mean, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're branding, but you're also branding the Philippines, di ba? So making the Philippines as part of the global recognition in branding, di ba? Yan naman ang lahat ng advocacy natin, di ba?
I'm a believer kasi of kung gagawin mo, isabay mo na. You know that. So like for example, syempre nagninegosyo ka na, so isabay mo na yung bansa mo, isabay mo na yung vision mo, your values. Don't leave it behind. Like don't just do a business because you need to earn, 'di ba?
Correct.
Parang while making money, spread your message.
Wow. I can't keep you so long because it's a Sunday. I don't want you to be out of sage. Okay, in your
I,
family. I want you to enjoy your family day, especially on a Sunday where you being a creative person, you need to rest. You need to keep your mind a little bit on a relaxed mode. Be family time, right?
I'll be at the Sunday market every Sunday. We're selling our top banana there. If
Where,
you'd
where,
like to join.
where? Oh, you mentioned about this. Where is the Sunday market that you are in?
The Gaspi Sunday Market. So we're there
Oh,
every. So yes, you're right, Sir Boots. Today yung pasyal namin kasi tomorrow we'll be at the market. But,
all right.
but I don't
Okay.
man. For me, it's I'm here to connect to the people that visit and let them try top banana kasi nga it is different and people still need to understand it.
Okay. So again, best of luck. Keep in touch. Keep me updated. What's going on with Blue Thumb and also Top Bananas? Probably, I'd like to see this brand growing globally. Becoming wow, one of again the homegrown brands. Okay. So again, good luck, Cherry, and thank you very much for this time. More power to you and the family. Okay. Bye bye.